okay, and also to compare, alright, with your previous test, okay, the class test itself that I've given you, okay, how did you actually perform, right? Colin, I think your class test still is because I was so absent, but okay, so anyway, besides the point, okay, it's important to compare, okay, with your previous class test performance because that is what was previous. That is something that the concepts in the test itself is a subset, okay, of what is being tested for WA2. I would appreciate if you stop finding yourself away because it is very distracting. I know that the weather is warm, okay. You do have the luxury to find yourself away, but then I don't have the luxury, okay, and it's very, very distracting to keep seeing things flapping, okay. So please don't stop finding yourself. Alright, so yeah, okay, go and look back at your previous class test, see those things that you actually did not do well in, did you manage to improve on it this time around or not? If there is no improvement, or in fact if there is something that improved, okay, then it's important, right, to ask yourself why and how to actually move on and improve on it. Okay, you cannot take this set of test results lightly because these are all algebra topics, okay, and they are going to be critical, okay, to whatever you're going to do moving forward. Okay, when you go to set 2, set 3, and set 4, these algebraic basics will really form the foundation. So if you're not doing well now, okay, then I would say that you really need to see what to improve on in the future. Okay, so I will first give out the 106 students one in next order. Okay, so Alyssa, Haley, Lina, and then Carmen, Akin, Lucas, Brandon, Asher, and Emmanuel, Matthias, Tracy, Elias, Elsie, Siru, John, Rose, Vision, Zi, Ati, Trina, Zach, Alvin, Evan, Francis, Zayden, Joel, Joshua, Kanshal, Jishin, Xavier, Lucas A, Oh no, I just realized I didn't bring my marking scheme. Okay, class, you all look at your own answers, look at your own work, okay, then after that, check your marks itself. Use only a green pen, don't do any corrections yet. Please give me a minute, okay, I'm going to grab my answers.
Oh my god, why I get this much?
In the cover page itself, you will notice that there is a penalization table. Okay, I want you to see the cover page. Okay, beside the marks box there is a table itself. Okay, whereby there are different type of errors and different question numbers. So for some of you, you may have been penalized for certain categories for certain questions. Which are the questions? The question number and the parts are stated there. Okay, so common ones that were penalized for this WA2, okay, are things like your accuracy, presentation, and simplification. Listen carefully. Okay, so this penalization table, okay, based on how many categories are there being penalized for, okay, you can be penalized up to 2 marks when it comes to WA2. When it comes to the end of your exam, you can be penalized up to 4 marks. Okay, so that's why some of you may have counted inside itself, you get maybe 27 marks, but then in front, you made 2 different types of errors, so end up -2. If you make 3 different types of errors, it should be a maximum of -2 as well. Okay, I will briefly talk about how is it that you are being penalized for different errors as I go through the paper. Okay, I just want everyone to be aware about how the marking is being done in this room. Okay, alright, ready to start? Okay, please use the green pen to do your corrections. Let's take a look at question 1. Okay, actually, can you help me press the record button for this? Okay. Is it recording?
Yes.
Oh, okay, it's recording. Then let's look at question 1. It says that the population in town X was 389,000, okay, in 2022. So this 389,000 is after rounding off to the nearest 1,000. Okay, so what happens before this 389,000? It could be a number that was being rounded down to become this, or it could be rounded up to achieve this. Okay, since you're looking for the largest possible value, okay, the largest possible will have to be rounded down in order to achieve this. Okay, so that means that we have our 389. The remaining 3 digits, the very first digit itself, listen carefully. Okay, this very first digit will have to either be 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4 because you're looking at rounding down. Okay, so because you're looking for the largest one, out of these digits, the largest one will have to be then 4. Okay, and for the remaining 2 digits, it can be anything between 0 to 9, but since you're looking for the largest, you will choose 9 and 9. Okay, so therefore, the answer will be 389,000 or 499. Okay, for question 2 part A, this is something that you should use your calculator to do. If you don't get it correct, it shows that you don't know how to use your calculator. Okay, if you're not getting it right, can I strongly urge that you use your calculator now and press it again to see whether you will be able to get a number whose first 5 digits is negative 0.0466. Okay, so please try that again. Alright, they only want the first 5 digits. Okay, they don't require you to round off anything. Okay, just first 5 digits only. Looking at part B, is there an issue? Okay, looking at part B, we want to round off to 2 significant figures. Okay, so with negative 0.0466, 2 significant figures, the first figure will start from this 4. Okay, second figure will be the 6. My third one is the 6, which will cause my first 6 to actually round up. Okay, so therefore I will have negative 0.047 when rounded to 2SF. Okay. Questions? Alright. Why do I keep hearing a sound? talking already. There's somebody talking very loudly. Which are you not talking? I keep hearing this person's voice talking. No? Okay. Now no more. Okay. Now 3A. Okay. 10.983. Okay, we want to round up to 3 significant figures. So 3 SF will be first one, second one, third one. Okay, the 8 will cause the 9 to round up. And when it rounds up, okay, it will become 11.0. Because 9 will round up to become a 10, so we get a 0 digit over here. And this 0, okay, will become a 1. Alright, so we get 11.0, that is in 3SF. Okay. For part B, we want to round off 9,715 to 2 significant figures. Okay, so rounding 9,715 to 2 significant figures, we will notice that 9 and 7 are the 2SF. Okay, then after we have 1, it will cause it to round down, and therefore I'll have 9700 2SF. Okay, so you must make sure that you have the zeros because some of you don't have the zeros in case. Okay. Questions? Yeah. So those zeros over here are necessary because it's meant to be a placeholder. If you don't have the zero, that means that 9,715 after rounding off become 97. It doesn't make sense at all. Okay, so that's why we must have the zeros to maintain that it is still a 9,000 something number. Okay. Then for question 4, right? Okay, this was definitely something that we tested in our class test. So if you're still not getting it right, it shows that it is something that you really need to go and work on, okay, and try to understand what's going on and what is it that you don't understand, okay. So 4my plus 16mxy, to factorize the taking out common factors. So between 4 and 16, the common factor will be a 4, okay. Then my and mxy, common factors will be m and y. Then the leftovers need to be placed inside the brackets. So 4my, after we have taken out 4my already, we're dividing. Okay, so 4my divided by 4my, I will get a 1. And 16mxy divided by 4my, I will get a plus 4x. Okay? Questions? Right, next part B. Okay, we have negative 27b minus away 36abc. Notice that everything is negative, so I must take out the negative. Between 27 and 36, the common factor is a 9. And between b and abc, common factor is a b. Okay, then we have our leftovers inside. So negative 27 divided by 9, I get a positive 3. b has already been taken out. 36 divided by 9, I will get a positive 4 because negative has already been taken out. ABC, take out a B, I will be left AC. Okay? So therefore my answer will be a negative 9B times 3 plus 4AC. Okay? Question 5 is the one whereby some of you are actually penalized for accuracy on the cover page, if you notice. Okay, so we have 3.27 meters by 8.61 meters, and this is a rectangular wall. To find the area, most of you know that we're supposed to multiply. Okay, then you can press your calculator to find that the value is 28.1547. Okay, and that is in meters squared. Right? So 28.1547 is an exact decimal. Okay? You should be able to observe that in your calculator can definitely give more decimals, okay, than this number itself. This is definitely shorter than what your calculator can possibly display. So this is an exact value. So in your answer, you should actually write down this number itself. Okay, this exact value. Right? Rather than rounding it off to 3SF, 1SF, whatever SF you want to have. Okay? Because why? I want us to turn to our cover page now. Okay, turn to your cover page. Alright. Okay, you all see the line that has the word answer all the questions? You all see that line? Okay, let's go 4 lines down. Okay, I want us to highlight this line. It says, if the degree of accuracy is not specified in the question and if the answer is not exact, give the answer to 3 significant figures. Give answers in degrees to 1 decimal place. Okay? This is an exam standard. For school exam, we do write down this instruction, but for national exam, for your O levels, this instruction will not be there, but you are expected, okay, by the exam to actually follow by this accuracy. So what this line, okay, this sentence actually tries to say is that if your answer can be left to exact, okay, then we should leave our answer to exact. If it cannot be exact, okay, like what, okay, not the next question, but like future questions when I see, I'll tell you again. Okay, if it cannot be left with exact number, okay, then we have to round it off to 3 significant figures. Okay, that means that your decimal just keep on running and running. Okay, then that is not an exact number, right? So then we have to change it to 3 as an example. Okay, I will tell more about, I will emphasize more on it when we go into chapters like chapter 8 and chapter 9. Okay, because that's where we deal with more numbers, okay, percentage, ratio, rate, and speed. Okay, so that is the accuracy that we need to follow. So if your answer is not 28.1547, I would have marked it correct. I will give you 1 mark, but on the cover page itself, I will penalize accuracy. You will notice 5 part I is in there. Okay. Then part 2, right? Okay. Our question says that 80 cents per square meter will be charged for painting the wall. We want to calculate the cost. That means 1 meter square is 80 cents. Okay, so if you want to present it this way, that is one possibility. And if you present it this way, please make sure you use arrow sign. It is not equal. Because you cannot say that area is equals to money. If area and money are equal, then I will just give the person area rather than giving them money when I buy food already. Right? Okay? So therefore you cannot say that they are equal, they are only equivalent. Okay, therefore we put in the arrow sign. Okay, or you can actually use a long dash also can. But I prefer arrow, okay, so that it's not that confusing. Okay? Then we want to find the cost of painting the wall. The wall is 28.1547 meters square. So therefore, I will expect 80 cents times 28.1547 in order to arrive at the answer $22.52376. Okay? So if your value over here, you give me 28 or 29 or 28.2, okay, for the method itself, I would have given you the mark, okay, for that method. But your final answer, because of a poor choice of accuracy over here, your final answer is not the same, therefore I do not give you the answer mark, okay. And finally, in this question, for money, you cannot have money in so many decimal places. Because for money, it is only always up to 2 decimal places. So you need to put down 22.52, okay, round it off to 2 decimal places. Okay? So if it is not $22.52, right, you would actually also be penalized for accuracy itself. Okay? Any questions regarding this? Yeah? Now, question 6. Okay, for question 6, we have negative 9 over 4x plus negative 2 over 3 or 2y over 3. Okay, minus away negative 10y. Okay? This is definitely a very simpler question if you could use your calculator. Okay, so in this first step, what you need to do is to resolve all the brackets by considering plus and minus become a minus. Minus minus give us a plus. So if you can reach this step itself, it's an automatic 1 mark already. Okay? But the thing is, some of you, okay, you don't go and handle the brackets, you go and shift everything first. And then it is very confusing, not just for myself, but also for you. Okay? We always simplify the brackets first. Then we notice that this is actually a term in Y, this is also a term in Y. Okay? So what you could do is to combine the like terms together. This is actually the same as considering negative 2 over 3y plus 10y. So press your calculator, negative 2 thirds plus 10, and you will get the answer of plus 28y over 3. Okay, so this would have been the answer. However, some of you, okay, did something extra, right? You went to combine everything into a single fraction. This question did not ask you to combine into a single fraction. So you didn't have to make the denominator 12 and all that. Okay, some of you went to denominator 12, it ended up, it became room for errors, okay, and then it became wrong, right? So alternative answers, if you were to combine into a single fraction, okay, that we are still giving you correct, is correct method, okay, this is an acceptable answer as well, right? Then, for some of you, you're still not listening to actually give me my coefficients in improper fraction. You give it to me in your mixed number, which is negative 2 and 1/4 x plus 9 and 1/3 y. Okay, if you give this to me as your final answer, I also didn't penalize, the mark was still given as well, provided the method is correct. Okay, so, but I really want to urge you to actually learn to write, okay, with coefficients being improper. Coefficients are the numbers in front of your algebraic letters. Okay, questions? I also want us to be clear that if there's no method mark, if your method is incorrect, even if the final answer is correct, okay, no answer mark one. Some of you can happen to make mistake a lot of times, then your mistake cancel out each other, and then after that you get the final answer. That is still not a correct method, you still do not get the answer mark at all. Okay? The answer mark is only if the entire answer is correct. Alright? Okay, next, question 7. Yeah. Where do I get 28 over 3? You press your calculator, negative 2 thirds, you press now. Yeah. Negative 2 thirds plus 10, you press. Okay? What do you get? Have? Okay lor, yeah lor. You get that 1/3, is it? You get that 9 1/3, is it? Okay, then you must know how to change using your calculator function into an improper fraction. Okay? Alright, any other questions? Okay, so let's move on. Question 7. Okay, question 7. Okay, we have negative 2 brackets 3x plus y minus 9y minus 7x. Some of you still struggle with such questions. Okay, when we expand, which bracket should we handle first? The innermost bracket, right? So the one inside the round brackets. Okay, so when handling those brackets, we will take 3 multiplied with x, 3 multiplied with y. So that will be 3x plus 3y. Okay, and then there's this minus sign over here. We also need to expand inside, and we will get minus 9y plus 7x. Crazy people. Okay, so next time you all become seniors, don't be like that. Okay, very rude and no manners. Okay, so 3x plus 3y minus 9y plus 7x. This will be the expansion 9y. Okay? Then 3x plus 7x is 10x. 3y minus 9y, that will give us negative 6y. Okay? So it's really up to you whether you want to expand first or you want to simplify first. So from here, then we expand. This is a negative 2. We get negative 20x plus 12y. Okay? Right, so that will be the final answer for question 7. Okay? Then for question 8, it says that tickets for a concert were priced at $5, $8, and $12. The number of $5 tickets sold was twice the number of $8 tickets. Okay, so we have $5, $8, and $12. Okay, for $8 tickets, we have this certain number of them being sold. $5 will be 2 times of that. For the $12 tickets, it is 80 more than this $8 tickets. So this is the idea that you can have from the question itself. But instead of a star, they gave X to replace the star. Okay? So instead of 2 times X, we can just write 2X. Okay? So therefore, in part A, to find the number of $5 tickets, okay, that will just be 2X. Right? And the number of $12 tickets will just be X plus 80. There's no need for any units. Why? Because you're looking for number of tickets, right? Okay, number of tickets shouldn't be dollar signs. Okay, although I did not penalize you for wrong units, but I hope that we are more aware about what we're trying to calculate. We are not trying to find, okay, the cost, we're trying to find the number. Right? Just a number of apples, 1 apple, 2 apple, not $1, $2. Okay, in fact, apples is not a unit. Okay, so that's your answer for A. Then for B, right, as I'll just write here. Okay, for B, we want to write down a simplified expression in terms of X for the total amount of money. Okay, I'm not sure why, right, I have a number, significant number of people, okay, that takes 2x plus x plus x plus 80, and then give me an answer, 4x plus 80. It shows that you don't understand what's going on in the context. Okay? Because the question is asking for how much money. This is the number of tickets. So, to find out how much money, you should be taking 2x times $5 to know how much money you receive from here. And from here, you take 8 times x. And from here, you take 12 times the entire x plus 80. So, your calculation should be 5 times 2x plus 8 times x plus 12 times x plus 80. With the necessary brackets, okay, to represent multiplication. And then we expand it, okay, and 12 plus 8 is 960. And then we simplify 10 plus 8 plus 12, that will give us 30x, okay, plus 960, right? Okay, error that I made, the setter made, okay, in the answer blank by right, we should have printed the dollar sign for you, but we didn't penalize if you don't have the dollar sign. Answer should be 30x plus 960. Okay? Questions? Okay? By the way, talking about answer blanks, okay, I noticed a lot of carelessness, alright? Not just from our class. Like for example, question 7. Down here you write for me negative 20x plus 4y. Then I don't know why, okay, in the answer blank, you tell me 20x plus 4y. I feel very sorry for you, you know. Because down here you get it correct, you forget to transfer the minus sign. Okay? And then end up wrong. And then you lose that 1 mark. Yeah. Because I Okay, so let me repeat myself again, which I hope that you get it finally. Okay, this is 1 over 6 times 4x minus 3. Some of you want to do expansion like that and then get me 4 over 6x minus 3 over 6, which is half. Okay, this is fine, nothing wrong, but it is not quite efficient in terms of answering the question, because the question wants it in the single fraction. So what would have been easier was that, okay, you see this as 4x minus 3 over 6 instead. Okay, because this is 1 over 6 times something. Okay, for example, 1 over 6 times 5. We know that this is equals to the same thing as 5 over 6. Okay, because 5 is 5 over 1. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So likewise with this one, our 4x minus 3 can just be placed in the numerator, okay, where 1 is. Alright, so we get 4x minus 3 over 6. Then, we have 5 times 2x minus 1 over 3. Okay? Now, the lowest common denominator, okay, between 6 and 3 should actually be a 6. Some of you choose 18. Oops. Okay? And in order for us to achieve a 6 for the fraction on the right, I need to times 2 at the top, and 5 times 2 will give me 10. I don't need to times 2 for the 2x minus 1. Okay? Just times 2 overall can already. Because 2 times 5 times this is the same as 2 times 5 is 10. Okay? So we get this. Alright? Then next, you can combine into a single fraction. Okay, whereby we have 6. 4x minus 3 minus 10 times 2x minus 1. Okay? Then we proceed with expanding. This is a minus 10, expand 2x, expand to minus 1. Okay? And therefore, in my next step, I will get 4x minus 3 minus 20x plus 10 over 6. Okay? Then we simplify 4x minus 20x minus 3 plus 10. There are still a lot of carelessness, people who think that minus 3 plus 10 gives me minus 13. Not correct, press calculator. Minus 3 plus 10 is negative 7. So 4x minus 20 is negative 16x plus 7 over 6. Okay? So some of you are still quite bad in handling numbers like that. Okay? And that is shown in your algebra also. So therefore, this is the correct answer. Okay? Hang on, Azizah. Right? Now, certain things I want to emphasize on. Okay? This negative sign sits heavily on the numerator with the 16, because this is negative 16. So your fraction line needs to be long enough, okay, to have the entire numerator sitting on it. If your fraction line not long enough and your minus sign falls outside, it causes a different meaning. Okay? Because it will mean that the entire fraction is negative. Okay? So please make sure that your fraction line is long enough. Right? Just like you wear clothes, make sure it covers everything. Don't just wear half and then show something. Okay? So cover everything. Alright? Because some of you actually really end up your fraction line, okay, not long enough, mean a different thing, I penalize presentation. Okay? In fact, it's very kind that I penalize presentation. I could have just penalized that part myself. Okay? So make sure long enough, Right? Yes, you did your question. Okay? I want to emphasize first, okay, did you get the method marks in the first place? No. Then no answer mark. Okay? Likely because your method, two errors, somehow they magically cancel each other out, your answer mark is wrong. Okay? So I say already, no method mark, no answer mark. Okay? So where were the method marks? Okay? The method marks was one, in being able to form with a correct denominator. Okay? And then another one mark was for the correct expansion. sorry, let me finish first before I come to your question. Some of you, okay, you all don't like to handle fractions that look nicely like that already. You want to go and separate everything out, okay? For example, right, maybe I write here, okay? Some of you, this one you really go and expand. Okay? So what you do is 1 over 6 times 4, that's 2 over 3x minus half. Minus away 10x minus 5 over 3. And then you separate this fraction into two parts. You give me minus 10x over 3 minus 5 over 3. This is not correct. Because this minus come from here, but you forget there's a minus sign outside. There is a reason why I never taught this way. Okay? Because this way itself is prone to very common mistakes, like this one. Because this should be a plus. Alright? So that's why this is in fact very messy. From having two fractions, suddenly it become four fractions, you make your life very difficult. Okay? It's just like you got one piece of paper that you can throw away into the dustbin, you don't want to throw. You go and rip it all apart, and then after all over the place, and then you can take a broom and then sweep. When in the first place you could have just take that single paper and throw it into the dustbin. You understand? Okay? Yes, Xavier.
Instead of the minus, I did put a plus.
Okay? Yeah, but then I don't know whether your other steps is it correct or not. Okay, but that's beside for later then come and address to me. Okay? Alright? That's really the reason why I don't encourage this at all. Okay? Especially if you go to set 2, this method will no longer work. Alright? That's why I don't encourage this. Okay? So go through this series, you will be safe. Okay? Let's see you got question just now. Okay, later then you can ask me. If it's a mark issue, you can ask me. Later on I come. Okay? Alright, next we look at question 10, okay? So for question 10, we have negative AB over square root B plus C. Question gave that A is negative 1, B is 4, C is 3 over 5. Okay? I tested something similar in your class test. I already mentioned that A being negative 1, okay, this one is negative A, it means it's negative bracket negative 1. Okay, some of you only give me 1, alright, don't have two negative signs. B should actually become 4, then square root 4 plus 3 over 5. Okay, if you can do this substitution and write it out neatly, press into your calculator the exact same thing, you will surely, okay, get the correct answer of 1 and 7 over 13. Some of you, I don't know why, go and do manual calculation, square root 4 become 2, then 2 plus 3 over 5 become a fraction, and then you slowly do, just for what? Just to earn that 1 mark. Press calculator, okay? You will realize that you would rather press calculator rather than to do manual calculation in the future. Okay? Then, next, question 11. Okay, for 11a, we have 2 times 1 minus 3x equals to 6. Right? What most of you would have done is to expand this part here first to get 2 minus 6x equals to 6. Okay? And then this is a positive 2. So positive 2 shift the other side become a minus. So we have negative 6x equals to 6 minus 2. Okay? 6 minus 2 is equals to 4. So negative 6x equals to 4. And then x is equals to 4 divided by negative 6. Because down here is a multiplication, we're trying to break apart the multiplication. Okay? So divide is the opposite. This negative 6 is a number, so it's divided by negative 6, not divided by positive 6. And then make sure we simplify our answers all the time. We should get negative 2 over 3. Okay? Right? I don't remember whether it happened to our class or not, okay? But there are people who still like to do things separately. minus 2 equals to 4. So what you do, okay, what some people do, this is a bad example. Okay, you tell me this, and then after that 6 minus 2 is 4, and then x is 4 divided by negative 6 equals to negative 2 over 3. I have no idea, okay, and I find it very difficult to follow the calculations over here. Okay, so this is a really terrible presentation. Please don't do things separately. Okay? Because when you do things separately, you realize there's a lot of things to remember in your brain. And then it will become very difficult. Okay? For part B, there is definitely a simpler way to solve this question rather than make it into same fraction, same denominator and all that. Okay? Then go over there, please pay attention. Alright? So in this case, what you could have done is put all the x together and all the numbers together. So 2 thirds x shift to the left become minus 2 thirds. Minus 4.3 with the plus 5 shift to the right become minus 5. Okay? I think very often, whenever we give something with fraction, okay, you get very confused and overly excited. Okay? So 5 over 6 minus 2 thirds, press calculator, okay, and you will get 1 over 6x. And minus 4.3 minus 5 will give us negative 9.3. Okay? Then x equals to negative 9.3 divided by 1 over 6. Because this is a 1 over 6, take over. And then press calculator again, you will get negative 55.8. Or you can leave your answer in a fixed number, negative 55 and 4 over 5. That's okay as well. Okay? Now on the very last one. Okay, for part C, this one, some of you forget that there's this minus 1 over here. And then you go and cross multiply everything. What is the condition for us to cross multiply? Must be a single fraction on the left, single fraction on the right. Single. Okay? There's an extra minus 1 over here. So it's not single. Okay? So you cannot do your cross multiplication directly. You need to include this minus 1 first. Okay? Then you can actually do cross multiplication. So what you can do for the things on the right side, okay, is that for the 1, it will become 2 over 2. Because 1 whole is the same as 2 over 2, right? In order to achieve same denominator. Then you can have minus 2 in the numerator over the denominator of 2. And now we have a single fraction. So a single fraction and a single fraction. Then now I can cross multiply. But maybe before I cross multiply, because you realize that this numerator is fairly complicated, you can simplify the answer first. So expand it, you'll get 12 minus 3x minus 2 over 2. Okay? 12 minus 2 will give us 10. So we have 10 minus 3x for the fraction on the right side. Okay, then now things are neater, we can cross multiply. 2 times 3x plus 1 equals to 5 times 10 minus 3x. Okay, then expand. And then we rearrange. So 21x equals to 48. And x equals to 2 and 2 over 7. Because 48 divided by 21. Alright, and that will be the answer. If you want to write down 16 over 7 also okay. Alright? Any questions? Okay? Now, so for this paper, maybe let the fractions people finish first before I speak. Joshua, I wish you only get fractions, right? Right? So what I want you to do with this paper, bring it back home, get your parents to sign already, file it inside your file. Next Tuesday, I want to check your file, I want to collect your file, okay, so bring Matt's file. Okay, with all the homework whatsoever filed inside there already, corrections need to be done. But the graph, the chapter 6 stuff, please don't put inside your file yet. Okay, I'm still teaching it. Alright? So bring your math file next Tuesday, put your WA2 inside. Okay? Now, are there any people who have concerns or questions regarding the marks or regarding any concepts of the paper? If you